It's often been said that necessity is the mother of invention, and it's a well-known fact that humans have always relied upon the strength of steel to do almost everything. So what happens in the small agricultural community high on Australia's Atherton tablelands when an old cane farmer named Cheerio Barbie and a young engineer named John Wilkinson put their heads together? You've got to expect that something very original will result. The Wilkinson horizontal cultivator is being hailed in all sectors of the agricultural industry as a revolution that has now provided farmers with an alternative to using the traditional methods of cultivation. Its horizontal orbital action, which slices the earth, incorporates trash and cultivates the inner space, resulting in less soil disturbance, greater moisture retention, significant fuel and time savings, and less maintenance. Now, with one double-row cultivator, it is possible for one man and machine to cultivate up to 1 hectare per hour with a single pass and follow up with the planter almost immediately. The finished cultivation under most conditions will have a small granular structure, is well aerated with incorporated organic matter. The depth of cultivation row can be up to 450 millimeters deep by 900 wide, making it ideal for all manner of crops.
Yeah, it's impressive, but this would be up in the better quality of soil in the district. I'd like to see it in some of our worse soils.
It will take off for sure. I remember the last downturn, some of us moved into green cane harvesting, and some others left the industry, but others got into green cane harvesting. But it took about 10 years before the district was, say, 99% green. People's mentality, some would not change. They could see it was working, but they were slow to change. Eventually they did change.
Oh, it's impressive. Got no definite answers at this stage.
These things are going to come out and we're going to have to make it more efficient. Now, we can't keep wasting money anymore. That's the problem. We don't know how much it's costing us to do. People think that this is going to be added to what they got. Really, it's replacing 90% of what they got anyways.
Well, being a contractor, I cover every type of soil in this district. Oh yes, yeah, it'll definitely bump my profit margin up.
If you've got a lot of area to cover, right, and you've got to get in a short time, this is definitely a quicker way.
It's trying under the worst conditions today. It's raining here. It's not choking up. It's incorporating. Maybe down the track we'll see more of this happening.
It's worked remarkably well. I can't even walk on that ground without the mud sticking to my boot, and the machine's still working.
I'm very positive about the potato side of things, more so because it leaves a soft layer underneath. With the rotary hoe, leaves a hard pan underneath. Well, yeah, for fuel, big bonus. If I only have to go into the paddock once instead of going 3 or 4 different times, well, that saves me chewing up 300 to 400 litres a day.
It works on a principle of an inner and an outer blade, and it cuts half the circle. Works on about roughly an 8-degree angle, and it uses the ground as an anvil so that any of your trash, any of your grass, it's actually cutting. That's why if we put it in this paddock over here, it's not going to do the job as well as if we put it into here, because it uses that solid ground as an anvil. It relies on the forward movement of the machine to actually slice the ground in front of it, probably around about 16 mil per revolution per blade. So what happens is the outer blade cuts the front half of the hole and the inner blade cuts the back half of the hole. Now, because of the angle and the way the blades are, it actually is lifting the soil. It's not like a rotary hose actually rotating it, compacting and leaving you a pan underneath. So we're not rotary drying it, we're not putting a pan underneath it, and we're not actually tipping the soil over. So your soil's going to stay in its same structure. What's on the top's on the top and what goes on. But what it does, because of the curve of the blade, it'll pull the trash down into the bottom of the curve and then using the ground as an amble, it'll chop the trash up.
One of our biggest problems with the sugar industry and I guess agriculture in the country in general is over-cultivation of soils, where we get soil structural decline, compaction and so on, with a lot of wheeled traffic and breaking down the soil aggregate material by over-cultivation. So we believe this sort of technique, where you're reducing the amount of cultivation passes, you may get away with only 1 or 2 passes. At the end of the day, there's less traffic on the ground, there's less tillage of the soil to structurally break down that soil aggregate material. This incorporates the organic matter without the organic matter necessarily breaking down too quickly. With continual cultivation, you tend to get accelerated breakdown of organic material in the soil, and that tends to again exacerbate this problem of soil structural decline. So anything that reduces tillage and still gives you a seed bed and so on to plant into has got some benefits.
Well, it's going to replace 3 or 4 implements and the cost of running gear, the cost of fuel, and that, some people don't look at that side, but you look at the whole picture and say, well, this is making me money and saving me money.
I mean, this guy's come in one pass, and if it wasn't raining, you give him a 5 minutes, even 10 minutes to get in front, half an hour, whatever, and you've got a planter straight behind following him up.
Well, I guess any new innovative machine for any sort of farming situation on the tableland to sort of get rid of a whole number of passes to get a paddock into a seedbed situation is always going to be beneficial.
Yes, impressive, very impressive.
Most of the farmers, if they hurry to get cane in, they will burn all the thrash and to put it, because it's just cost too much to put it under the ground.
Well, the fact that this machine has done such a beautiful job in one pass justifies the fact that it's worth its value in dollars, because you've got country like this with so many vines. All you do is spray the vines first, one pass, go in with your planter. A rotary hoe would tangle up no extent on grass like that, vines and grass, so the machines are not comparable at all. Price factor, well, there's not a lot of difference in a big rotary hoe and one of these machines. So when it's all said and done, your money value is in a machine like this.
But the particular area we're testing the machine at the moment has been fallow for many years, and it's quite compacted. I think the cultivator there is doing an excellent job because it's very, very tough soil here. And of course it's going through pasture, or not pasture, it's going through grass called stargrass, and it's always a worry if you want to cultivate stargrass. It's pretty resilient, pretty tough. So it's doing quite a good job.
Well, the section that's been rotary hauled is a fairly incomplete job. It's not broken down the trash very much. It hasn't incorporated it particularly well, and it's only cultivated to a depth of about 6 inches. The section that's had the Wilkinson machine over it has reduced the particle size considerably. It's broken up the trash much greater. It's gone to a depth of about 1 foot, and it'll give very rapid decomposition.
As far as my perspective is concerned with regard to minimum till technology, a one-pass operation is much better than 7 or 8 passes. It reduces the amount of traffic through the field, it reduces compaction potential, all these sort of issues which are pretty relevant in low-cost situations.
Yeah, I've seen it in a grass paddock, straight in a grass paddock without being ripped, disked, and the result is pretty promising.
So what do you reckon? Pretty impressive. I come here to see it work ground, not put cane in the ground, but when it does things like that, it's pretty impressive.
Quite beefed up, and it's quite strong by the look of it. I think that you've got to maintain your oils and basically your legs and your shoes on there, like the guy said that built it.
Oh yes, yeah, it'll definitely bump my profit margin up.
All components have been engineered to withstand the toughest environments. There are 5 gearboxes designed into the unit using planetary gear systems with case-hardened steel and tapered splines. Each gearbox has been incorporated into the system independently and can be removed and replaced as modular units. A specialised heat treatment process known as Oz-tempered ductile iron is employed in the manufacture of cultivator components to ensure durability. Blades come in two lengths, either 350 or 450 millimetre. Each blade incorporates a consumable boot, which is manufactured using the same heat treatment process to increase durability and ensure the longevity of the replaceable components. Optimum driveline power for the double row cultivator is 160 to 400 horsepower at the PTO and 80 to 150 horsepower for the single row machine. The dead weight of the double row unit is a massive 2,000 kilograms, which is some indication of the robust engineering Wilkinsons have put into their units.
So the machine's all ready now, John, ready to go?
Yeah, mate, just a quick wipe over now and we're underway.
Okay. Castrol's come up with a very great oil for us. It's a HSR 320 and we're very happy with the trials that we've been doing with the oil so far to date, and we feel that the adverse conditions that this gearbox and the gears in here work under, it seems to be the best oil that they've chosen for us, so we're very happy with what Castrol have done for us in this way.
Consider the environmental and economic benefits in fuel and time savings, greater CCS yield through minimum tillage, less chance of standover, greater moisture retention, no hard pan, better root penetration, incorporated trash, increased nutrients from organic matter, and you'll have to think very seriously about getting rid of those old implements and saving yourself weeks in field preparation. John Wilkinson and his team of engineers have over 100 years of engineering experience and are considered among Australia's leaders in the heat treatment of Oz-tempered ductile iron. In conjunction with specialist gear manufacturers Hardman Brothers and Northern Iron and Brass Foundry, Wilkinsons have sourced the very best components available to create a machine of outstanding ruggedness and durability, with all components manufactured to Australian standard AS 9001. Service and backup support for replacement components is readily available, as Wilkinsons manufacture a range of boots and blades which are held as in-stock items. With the ever-increasing cost of fuel, the ROTOCULT 2000 is a surefire way to save you time and money, whilst providing significant environmental benefits. For further information, contact John Wilkinson at Wilkinsons Blacksmiths and Engineering.